She-Hulk, where to begin? First, I'll go with the pros. Pros? Actually kind of funny and entertaining. Probably one of my, I don't know, maybe top 3 Marvel shows. It was actually entertaining more than the other shows. Like Miss Marvel, to me, I didn't really care about it too much. I didn't care about Moon Knight a lot either. But this one, it seemed like a solid show, to be honest. A lot of people were complaining that like, oh, well, a lot of the episodes, it had nothing to do with Marvel. Like there was one where she was in a wedding. There's another one where Megan Thee Stallion came out. I mean, those episodes had nothing to do with anything. But at the same time, I think those episodes were needed to do some character development for She-Hulk. It's the same thing with other shows, you know. Even though people don't like fillers, you need fillers to kind of make the show a little bit longer to do character development. And I get it, some shows could get way too repetitive with the fillers, like Dragon Ball Z. That's why they came out with Dragon Ball Z Kai, to get rid of most of the fillers. But the episodes were still fun for me. I don't know why. I still was like glued onto this show a little bit. So yeah, pretty much in a summary, this show is about Jennifer Walters, who is a lawyer, and she's trying to, you know, be a good lawyer, whatever. Then she gets powers from her cousin, Bruce Banner, Hulk, and she pretty much has to find a way how to balance it, how to balance her life with being She-Hulk and herself. At first she didn't want the powers, but then later on as the show goes on, the fillers, she kind of starts to like the powers and starts to see like the positive side of her being She-Hulk. And throughout the show, she is single and she's trying to find like a boyfriend. And that sounded very robotic. And she is trying to find a boyfriend. And pretty much every time she finds someone, they're only interested in her She-Hulk side. They're not interested in herself, Jennifer Walters' side. So that really triggers her. And she gets sad about it, like, oh, well, people only like me for this. And then in the later episode, they introduced Daredevil. I don't know if it's like a reboot Daredevil from the other Daredevil show, or if it's the same Daredevil, or it's an alternate dimension. That's what I like to think. It's a variant Daredevil. And she actually hooks up with him. They smash. And she actually liked this guy. So, you know, that's pretty cool, I guess. I don't really read much of the comics, so I don't know if they're meant to be, if they're a thing, but I thought it was pretty cool. Let's see. There's like a slide. She's not really a villain. I wouldn't call her a villain. She's just kind of like a nuisance. Her name is Titania. She kind of has like super strength. She tries to take her name. She tries to copyright the name She-Hulk, but she fails. So yeah, I just described a few filler episodes, but that ending though, that was trippy. I didn't know how I felt about that, to be honest. It was, I don't know if it was good or bad. I'm still confused. So she broke the fourth wall. Spoiler alert, by the way. She broke the fourth wall and she goes to like Marvel Studios, and pretty much the ending was one of the bad guys turns out to be one of the guys she went on a date with, and he just wanted her for her blood so he can be Hulkified or whatever. And then she gets annoyed and she breaks the fourth wall like along the whole show, which is sometimes it's cool but sometimes it's annoying. I'll go through it why it's annoying in the con side of this video. But she breaks the fourth wall and she says, oh well, you know, I don't want this show to end like every other Marvel show, which is true. So she says, oh, I want to change the ending. So she breaks the fourth wall. She goes through Disney Plus, goes to Marvel Studios, like I said, meets Kevin. And here I thought it was going to be Kevin Feige, but it was actually a robot named Kevin. And she pretty much convinces the robot to change her ending. And the ending is slightly anticlimactic, but that's the way she wanted it, I guess. So they arrest a guy who's in charge of this group that's been trolling her and like, you know, posting really messed up stuff, like she's smashing some dude. I think it was Intelligentsia, yeah. So they're like pretty much trolling She-Hulk throughout the whole show. So they arrest the guy behind it all. Then it's like a happy ending. They have like a family dinner. She invites Daredevil to the family dinner. And then Hulk, Bruce Banner, comes out with his son. So I guess in the beginning of the show, he comes out, and then I think in the second episode he comes out for a little while, and then he's gone throughout the whole show, the whole 9 episodes, then comes back in the last episode, which I knew they were gonna do. And apparently he's been at Sakaar and he has a kid. So yeah, he has a kid now. Overall, like I said though, the show was funny. I don't know, like some people were complaining like, why is this a comedy or something like that? It's like, look man, if you're enjoying the show and laughing, then just enjoy it. Why are you getting mad that like it's funny or whatever, or a comedy? I've met people like that, like they go watch a movie, it didn't turn out the way they expected it to be, but they actually low-key enjoyed the movie, but they don't like the way it ended up. It's like, why can't you just enjoy the movie for what it is instead of what you want it to be, you know? Now the cons side. Oh yeah, this show does have cons though. So where do I begin? Throughout this show, it's like I knew this show was gonna do this, so I don't even know why I'm surprised, but they bash men a lot. She's always saying like, oh, it's annoying how like guys belittle me at work. And there's this one point of the show where she goes like kind of on the rant and tells Bruce Banner that she's just annoyed of like being picked on by guys or something like that. And I can't remember other parts, but there is other parts where they just like out of nowhere, has nothing to do with anything, and it's like, oh, it's time to bash men, you know, it's that time of the episode. There are ways to do that without making it so straight up and annoying. It's like every time I was watching this show, I just had to be reminded why I'm an asshole for being born a man. I don't know. I hated how movies and shows nowadays, they just go like, oh yeah, by the way, fuck men. It's like, all right, I got it. Like, we're assholes. I got it. I got it. You don't have to bash on men to do like a female main character movie or show. I don't know why, but every time there's like a female main character of a movie or a show, they always have to like bash men. Like, that's not the point. You can literally do a movie about just a female main character, and if you don't even mention like why men are assholes nowadays, like, it's a good movie. I'm kind of going off topic, but that's really annoying when I do that. And I know on the pro side I said that the filler was to, you know, do some character development, but this show did it way too many times, exactly like I said, like the Dragon Ball Z example. Again, there's one episode, I think it's the second or third episode, the ending, it just shows her twerking with Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that would accomplish, but that was super cringe. I don't like it when shows and movies do that. They just bring out a famous person. I don't even know personally. No cap. I don't know who Megan Thee Stallion is. I had to look her up. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm an old man now. The fourth wall breaking was kind of annoying too. I said I was going to mention this in the con side, but she breaks the fourth wall. Like, there's this episode where she goes to a wedding, like I said, and she says in the beginning, oh, by the way, this is a wedding episode, so yeah, deal with it. It's like, just because you call out, oh yeah, by the way, this episode is boring, so deal with it. It's for filler. It's like saying if I hit someone's car and I try to do a hit and run, and I actually just stay there and go like, oh dude, I hit your car, but isn't it cool that I stayed here and told you that I hit your car? It's like, no, bitch, you hit my car. What the fuck? You got insurance? Again, just because you say it doesn't mean it's okay. Just because you're self-aware that the episode is going to be boring and you make it as a joke that it's boring doesn't justify and mean it's okay that it's a boring episode. Deadpool kind of did this too. It's like, oh, CGI fight. I'm sure you guys remember that. And the CGI was kind of like a little bit bad. It's like, okay, well, if you know that's the problem, why do you still do it? There's other ways to break the fourth wall, make fun of the show itself, and still come out as funny. Also, the CGI in this show was pretty bad. As the episodes went on, I think the CGI got better, but like sometimes the CGI was so bad. I mean, this is Marvel, right? These guys should have like unlimited funding, right? Right? I don't know. If any franchise is gonna have a lot of money, it's gotta be Marvel. It's just, the CGI just looks so bad. Overall though, I think the show did pretty good. I think people are bashing it too much. Way too much. They're saying like, oh, it's a 0 out of 10. It's a 1 out of 10. Do you guys know what a 0, 1 out of 10 is? That's like The Room bad. Or like Suicide Squad was like, I don't know. That was like a 4 out of 10. That movie was everywhere. So in my opinion, if you can look over the cringe and just go like, ooh, that was bad, but I'll still keep watching the show. And if you're a fan of the MCU, honestly, in my opinion, this is one of the better shows. It looks like they put a little bit more effort into this one, except for the CGI. So this show, I give it a 7 out of 10. If it didn't do all the cringy stuff like, you know, bashing guys and, you know, the annoying fourth wall breaking, I would have given this show maybe like an 8. But this show does kind of like, it lasts too long, like 9 episodes. Not only that, oh, by the way, you're not getting away with this. Dude, the episodes are literally like 35 minutes long, and the episode itself is 20 minutes long. The last 15 or 10 minutes is the Marvel intro, you know, where it shows all the characters, and then the credits are like super long. My friend pointed this out, and it was so true. There's something so annoying about the intro of Marvel, like shows and movies. It used to be awesome in Marvel Phase 1, 2, and 3. It used to be cool, like, oh, all right, we're watching a Marvel movie, like a next chapter, you know? The intro is going on. But now it's like, it's just annoying to watch that long ass intro, and then after the episode ends, the long ass credits scene. I just see the intro and I'm like, okay, skip. Okay, watch the show. Oh, the long ass credits, skip. Is there a secret ending? No? Okay, skip. Okay, the show's over. The intro and the ending is almost like 8 minutes or 10. That is so crazy. These episodes were so short. So I could see why people got annoyed when there's 9 episodes and each episode, like 25% or 20% of the episode is just title and end credits. And all you had to see was She-Hulk going on Tinder dates and, you know, going at a wedding and twerking with Megan Thee Stallion. I could see why people were annoyed at this show. So again, that's why I give it a 7 out of 10. I think that's a pretty fair score. If anyone says it's a 1 or a 2, they're just being harsh and hating on Marvel. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later.